Hello and welcome to Cuba. I'm in Santa Maria right now, and let's talk about low season. Should you visit? Should you not visit? There are a lot of negatives and a lot of positives to it as well. So it totally depends on you. And I'm going to give you the lowdown of low season. Well, that worked out quite well. I'm walking through the part of the resort that's closed down. Now this resort is huge, over 1,000 rooms, and there are less than 30 people at this resort, last time I checked. So not a lot of people here. This is September, middle of September. So yeah, it's the lowest of low seasons. Now I've been to several resorts this summer, which is low season. So, I've got to experience a few things. And right now I'm walking through the part of the resort that is shut down. So it's very fitting for this video. Now let's start off with the negatives. Food. Chances are that you won't have that great of a selection like you may be used to during high season. Like for example, in this resort, the main buffet is closed because again, there are only a few people here at this resort, but they do have a smaller buffet during breakfast and lunch and a la carte during dinner. In some of the other resorts that I've been to during this season, there have been the full buffets because there have been more people. But again, the selection of food was a little less than what you might be used to during high season. But to be honest with you, I've always had something that I've liked. And I've never gone hungry. I mean, far from it, to be honest with you. They always have a selection good enough for people who aren't especially picky eaters. Now, if you're a coffee person like me, coffee is readily available, especially in the mornings. Most of the resorts I've been to had coffee throughout the day, no problem. But one resort, they did run out of coffee in the afternoons, but then they got it back again. And to be honest with you, I love my coffee. I love my coffee. I'm kind of powered by coffee by this point. And, not having coffee, especially in a country like Cuba, can be a little disappointing, to be honest with you, when it does run out. But that was only one resort during the afternoons. So in the mornings, you'll have coffee, no problem, at least from my experience. Towards the pool, why not? Now, if you come here for a more party vibe, a party atmosphere, you won't really find that because the hotel can provide the disco, they can have the disco, they can have the entertainers and things like that. But the party vibe depends on the guests themselves, right? So right now at this resort, for example, at nighttime, it's kind of a dead zone. People go back to their rooms, all the 25 or however many people there are. There is entertainment, there are dancers and singers and stuff almost every night, but it's pretty dead. Now, if you do like a party, more of a party vibe, then I would suggest maybe going to Veradero instead of Santa Maria, or maybe going to the resorts that are more popular, so that there are more guests, even if you come during low season. Or if you go to Veradero, then, you can step out of your resort and go to a nightclub or something in town. So there are two pool sections in this resort. One pool section that is functional is on the opposite side, and that's open. But even then, there aren't many people there. A few, if you're lucky. This one is completely closed. I mean, I'm sure I can still take a dip here, but it's just far away from everything. And the snack bar and the normal bar, pool bar is closed. So why bother, right? Now, if you're a people person, you like being around people a lot of people, then maybe low season isn't for you. Maybe you should look into more of the higher seasons. So starting from maybe October, November, all the way till February, maybe March, because that's when, places like Canada, Russia, wherever a lot of the guests come here from, they have winter over there. So they want to escape the winter and come here and experience summer weather, right? Another negative is that the hotel might cut down on a lot of the amenities. So, you know, as I said before, half of this resort is shut down. So this whole area again is shut down. The pool bar, the snack bar shut down, and most of the beach, the snack bars and the beach bars are closed as well. There's only one area of the beach all the way on the other side of the resort that's open with a snack bar and a beach bar. But that's okay. As long as I have a beach bar and a snack bar somewhere, not a big deal for me, to be honest with you. Now, that was the negatives. Let's talk about the positives. Now, one of the best positives is that there's space everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's space, you know? You'll find the best spots at the beach, best spots at the pool, best spots at the lobby bar, no problem, anywhere, pretty much. You don't have to reserve early in the morning like you might be used to during high season. So that's a huge plus for me because I don't have to wake up early in the morning and reserve a spot at the beach with a towel. And I love that. I can just wake up later and just go and just find a great spot. It honestly feels like it's a private beach sometimes. Well, it honestly does because I'm walking towards the beach and I'll show you. So yeah, it does feel like a private beach because most of the spots at the beach at this resort, there's nobody here. And it feels amazing. The first couple of days I was actually at the parts of the beaches where there was nobody, and literally I was just blasting music through my speaker. Usually I'm not a big fan of blasting music when there's people around, but since there was nobody around, it felt like it was a private beach at a private resort, you know, and that felt really nice. And you know, less people means quieter, you know. I personally like a more quiet atmosphere, at least during the daytime. Maybe at nighttime I like a few parties here and there, but during the daytime, I prefer quiet, you know. Even when the hotel plays music a little too loudly on the beach and stuff, it kind of bothers me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to hear the sound of the ocean, things like that, instead of having some sort of music that I'm not really a big fan of playing in the background. So yeah, if you like quiet, then low season is definitely for you. Another thing is that you get to know the guests. Every single guest, you pretty much get to know their faces at least. You recognize them. And you can tell whenever somebody's new to the resort who just came in because you know everybody, you know. You have more intimate connections with people because other people, just like maybe you, want to have more of a human connection, so they're more free to talk to you, you know? This is another snack bar right behind me that's closed right now, right by the beach where I'm taking you. You'll also find that there's quick service at the bar. There's quick service at the restaurants because there are less people. So the employees have less people to serve, right? Which is a great thing. Can't complain about that, can you? And when there's less people, employees are taxed less with work, right? So, you know, generally they're even nicer. I mean, employees here in Cuba are very, very nice. People here are very friendly. You know, they do as much as they can to accommodate. But during low season, they're that much more nicer to you because they're just taxed with less work, you know, which is great. I mean, the employees here right now at this resort are some of the nice, like the service that I get is the best that I've ever gotten. Is the best that I've ever gotten, period, anywhere in the world. It's amazing. It's been amazing. Check out the beach. I only see 2 people at the end there, but that's basically it. Nobody else around. There's also less people on the plane, generally speaking. The last couple of flights I had during low season, okay. The last couple of flights that I've had, you know, the middle seat was empty. I took the aisle seat, no problem. And it was just a more nicer experience, right? I mean, on these Sunwing flights, the leg space generally seemed to be smaller. So yeah, it is nice to have the middle seat empty. So that's a huge plus. Look at this beach, huh? Isn't this one of the best beaches in the world? Amazing. Look, it's beautiful. Wow. Now, if you're not a big fan of the food at the buffet, the snack bars generally have really good sandwiches. So chicken, maybe tuna sandwiches, some hot dogs, things like that. I've been gorging on chicken sandwiches every day. You know, for lunch, I don't even go to the restaurant. I just go to the snack bar and I just have a chicken sandwich every day. I don't tire of it, honestly. Now, even then, most of the resorts I've been to generally had food that I liked. You know, I had at least something that I liked. So they had, you know, either chicken, beef, pork, fish, things like that. They might not have all 4 of them, but they do have at least some of them. And, you know, they're generally cooked well. They have your typical veggies. They have your cheeses and things like that. Bread, pasta, rice, you know. Some desserts, you know, cake maybe, pastries. So you're not gonna go hungry. And chances are you're gonna like something here, for sure. And when it comes to your drinks, you know, chances are, sure, some days they might not have wine, some days they might not have, you know, whiskey or gin or something like that is your favorite, but they will always have something. So it depends. And sometimes you'll notice that maybe you'll notice that maybe a specific bar doesn't have a specific drink, but another bar might. So you kind of have to do a recon mission to figure out which bar has what, depending on what you like. Now, last but not least, chances are that you're gonna have a great room at a great location, you know? So I see that since this is a huge resort, I see that some of the buildings are extremely far away. I would hate to stay there, to be honest with you, because they're so far away from the lobby, you know, the restaurant, things like that. It's an easily 10 to 15, maybe 15-minute walk actually. And I don't want to do that, to be honest with you. But, you know, at this resort, my building is right near the lobby, you know, and it's right near the beach and the pool and the snack bar and everything. So the walk is definitely shorter. And, you know, the last couple of resorts that I've been to, I've had room upgrades for free. So I've been upgraded to an ocean view, even though I didn't pay for an ocean view, which was really nice. And I think it's a Sunwing special going on right now. But yeah, that's been my experience. Overall, I've really enjoyed coming here during low season, to be honest with you. And I've checked out different parts of Cuba, you know, Cayo Santa Maria, Veradero. Well, not Veradero, that was in high season, but Cayo Santa Maria, Cayo Coco, Holguin. It was definitely a really nice experience at each of these resorts in different ways. It's been nice that it's been a little quieter, you know, compared to the hustle and bustle of a city that I'm from. Plus, generally speaking, the biggest positive is that it's cheaper to come here during low season, you know. Sometimes these hotels, I believe, don't even make a profit off of you because of how low amount of people come. I mean, right now, at this resort, there are less guests than there are employees. There are more employees. We're outnumbered, actually. So anyways, that's been my experience of low season in Cuban resorts. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.